Good evening and welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. The grand reopening was last week, and now Rapids Parish Coliseum officials are celebrating a brand new arena floor, just in time for the LSUA Generals basketball team's game against St. Thomas Houston. ABC 31's Taylor Rubach has more in tonight's big story.
Just last month, LSUA was gifted with their new purple and gold gym floor at the fort. And now with the Coliseum opening, they'll get the chance to play inside the new facility with an arena-style court that they're adjusting to pretty well.
Oh, well, this court is bigger. It's a bigger stadium, so, I mean, we all excited. We could fit more people. You know, at the fort it was really small, but now we can bring, you know, everybody.
Love it. Love it. This is a great venue. It's a great arena. This will be a lot of fun to get in here and get some crowd here from the town, Alexandria, and really pack this place up and be loud.
Both men and women's basketball practice all night long to prepare for their conference game against St. Thomas Houston. One difference from their court at LSUA compared to the arena is shooting with no walls behind the goals. However, this is no issue for them.
The fort, this court, any court, we all feel the same. We feel like we at home. I like it so far, now that we know we can dunk the ball.
Both teams are loving the new Coliseum floor, but they know that tonight means business in defending their second home.
This is a game that we will not take lightly, and they're playing to earn a bid to this facility as well in March. They're competing for sixth place, and only the top 6 teams make it in the Red River.
St. Thomas, they beat us at their home, so we're excited about opening up the stadium, you know, and we're gonna beat them. We're ready.
We're still undefeated, still #1, so we feel like we should go in here with nothing to lose and a lot to gain.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
In Alexandria, Taylor Rubach, ABC 31 News.
The women's team tipped off at 5, and the men's game is set for 7. Governor John Bel Edwards has addressed the recent tornadoes and damage in South Louisiana. He also briefly touched on the budget crisis in Louisiana that is currently being discussed by the legislature at a special session.
One of the things that a lot of people don't realize is that because of all the floods, we actually spent $246 million across state agencies that was unexpected, unbudgeted, and as of now, unreimbursed. And so we have a tremendous cash flow problem within the state of Louisiana as well. And that's why I believe now is the time to use the rainy day fund, which, by the way, exists for this express purpose, is to stabilize the budget when, as here, the revenue doesn't come in as it was forecasted.
The legislature began their special session on February 13th, and that session is scheduled to last for 10 days. Rapids deputies have arrested a teen from Ball for criminal damage and illegal entry of a home. 17-year-old Tyrese Youssef Williams is suspected in an incident that happened on Robin Loop last week. A woman from Heinston is in trouble, facing charges of filing a false police report and obstruction of justice. Rapids deputies say 23-year-old Ollie Marie Vander claimed she'd been hit in the eye while visiting a friend on Jenkins Road. Well, things aren't looking quite as cold tonight as they were last night. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers is here with a look at your weather now.
Hey Scott, yeah, definitely seeing some temperatures a little bit warmer than yesterday, not by a big margin though, only a few degrees warmer than we saw yesterday afternoon, but still in the low to mid 60s and even some upper 60s across our area today. So we're a little bit above average. Our normal high is about 63, but warmer weather is back in the forecast as we head into the weekend for your Friday, and right into the weekend we'll see temperatures into the 70s, if not into the near 80-degree mark by the time we get to Sunday. But here's those highs from today: 66 degrees Natchitoches and also Lake Charles, 67 Baton Rouge, 65 degrees in Shreveport, and 67 degrees the high today in Alexandria. So as we head through the next couple days, then we can expect to see a little bit of sun out there for your Friday, but by afternoon could see a few showers move in as well. But warmer weather gets back into the area for the weekend. Looks like clouds will give way to some sun as you get into your Saturday, and by Sunday, very warm weather. Wouldn't be surprised to see some record high temperatures fall here as you get to Sunday and into early next week across parts of Louisiana. And we'll talk more about that with your 7-day forecast coming up in just a few more minutes.
Veterans at the Alexandria VA Hospital enjoyed some visitors today, extending some Valentine's Day love. ABC 31's Joanna Phillips has that story.
The Department of Veterans Affairs National Salute to Veteran Patients is observed every year during the week of Valentine's Day. Students from Pollock Elementary School visited the Community Living Center at the VA Hospital.
We Came here to give out cards and sing for the veterans because we know how important it is and they saved our lives.
A veteran is like probably a person who has fought in the war and has got injured, so he has to have care so he can still survive.
The children sang patriotic and Valentine's Day songs before making their way through the halls to pass out Valentine's Day cards to the residents. For some students, this event was also part of annual community service for those involved with 4-H at Pollock Elementary.
For Christmas, we made stockings, and the boys made boy stockings, and the girls made girl stockings, and we passed them out to the needy. And we passed out Valentines for Valentine's Day at the Veterans Hospital.
Tomorrow, local college and high school homecoming court members will visit the veterans as part of the National Salute to Veteran Patients. Joanna Phillips, ABC 31 News.
The Alexandria Exchange Club held its monthly meeting today with guest speaker David Broussard, the England Air Park Development Manager. The air park has been getting some upgrades to improve airfield operations, and some sites are ready for industrial development.
Through some FAA grants, we're replacing a lot of old concrete on some of our ramp areas, 60-plus-year-old concrete with new concrete. You know, obviously a lot of wear and tear over 60 years, and a lot of that is on the military side, the side that supports Fort Polk with all their training rotations that come through. So much needed project, and we're happy to do it as part of the Military Airports program.
The North Rehab project is about 75% complete. There's also an electrical rehab project that's upgrading the entire airfield electrical system. That still has a little ways to go. Mac Jingle is a native of Shreveport, Louisiana, and a Baylor University art professor. He currently has his art on display at Louisiana College. The display is called Through Mud and Glass, and it showcases a number of framed drawings that depict different aspects of life in the South. He recently received the Celeste Prize in London, England for his work. That display will be open to the public until March 26th. Admission is free. There'll be a car and bike show in Colfax on March 11th to support victims of domestic violence. That event is from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Main Street.
This organization raises money to help victims of domestic violence escape their situation. They give them their first month's rent. They give them the money to put down to get their utilities and stuff turned on. Sometimes there's giving them food for the month, things of that nature, just to give them a way to get out of that situation.
The entry fee is $35 and will include a t-shirt. For more information, you can visit their website at redriverreguladores.com. The standard nandina is a nice, tough shrub that can be used to enhance the background of a landscape. On this edition of Get It Growing, LSU Ag Center horticulturist Dan Gill explains how to take proper care of the plants.
Like many of our traditional southern plants that we've used in landscapes here for such a long time, this nandina is native to the Far East, but it loves to grow in the climate of Louisiana. And there are few shrubs that are as tough, resilient, and easy to grow than the nandina. Now this is the standard nandina, Nandina domestica. These days you're going to wander into your nurseries and find a wide selection of lovely dwarf nandinas, and these are really wonderful plants with colorful foliage that stay nice and short. But for a background shrub, there's just nothing like this gorgeous beauty of a nandina. They've got evergreen, shiny leaves, and interestingly enough, the leaves seem small, but let me break off an individual leaf and show it to you. This is one leaf, this entire structure. This is the blade, and this is the leaf stem. So the leaves are actually quite large, but they're compound leaves that have many parts to them. In addition, and you see these beautiful red berries, there's spikes of white flowers that come out in the spring and early summer, and they turn into these wonderful bright red berries that hang on through the winter. Now, heavenly bamboo is the name of this, used commonly, and it does take on a bamboo-like look. But if you want your nandina to stay full and bushy to the ground, here's how you want to prune it. Find a tall shoot in the clump of plants, and then you bend it out all the way down to the ground. And once you get down to about 6 inches from the ground, you print it off right back there. Now the loss of this doesn't change the shape of the shrub, but you know that new growth will come out from the base and it'll make it full. So keep your Nandinas looking attractive that way. Grow them in full sun or shade. They're really adaptable and they're a great plant for your landscape. Forget it growing. I'm Dan Gill with the LSU Ag Center.
For more information on other lawn and garden topics, contact your parish LSU Ag Center Extension Service office or visit the LSU Ag Center website at lsuagcenter.com and click on the Lawn and Garden button. For the first time since taking office, President Donald Trump took questions from the press on a number of topics. The president praised the work of his administration, attacked the media, and called out recent reports regarding his campaign and Russia. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
President Trump's message to the people.
I don't think there's ever been a president elected who in this short period of time has done what we've done.
Trump covered a wide range of topics from his executive orders to fulfilling campaign promises. But in a surprise move, he took questions for nearly 90 minutes, tackling everything from Russia to stories of administration chaos.
There's zero chaos. We are running, this is a fine-tuned machine.
The president delivered a blistering attack on the media, pushing back against the New York Times report that the intelligence community is investigating contacts between his associates and Russia during the campaign.
I own nothing in Russia. I have no loans in Russia. I don't have any deals in Russia.
On one hand, the president called the stories fake news. On the other, he's declaring war against those leaking information to the media.
The leaks are absolutely real. The news is fake because so much of the news is fake.
House GOP members also focus on the leaks they want investigated.
If classified information is being leaked, that is criminal.
But a bipartisan group of senators is calling for committee investigations into the Trump team's alleged contacts with Russia.
We do not know all the facts, but we already know that something is rotten in the state of Denmark.
On those leaks, the president said he called the Justice Department to investigate. The former director of national intelligence said leaks need to be investigated, but not in a manner that's disparaging or destructive to the entire intelligence community. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Today, some businesses shut their doors, kids skipped school, and protesters took to the streets in a show of support for immigrants. The social media movement, A Day Without Immigrants, rallied against President Trump's policies that target immigrant communities. ABC's Janae Norman has a look at how the effort spread across the nation.
USA! 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 USA!
A show of solidarity for immigrants through the American right to peaceful protest.
Immigrants is what made this country so great. It's a great melting pot.
No papers, no fear!
Crowds rallying in Chicago, business owners shutting their doors in New Jersey.
The immigrant population contributes so much to the economy, and it will affect the pocketbooks of all the businesses.
The Day Without Immigrants protest aims squarely at President Trump's efforts to crack down on immigration, both legal and illegal.
I understand if you're taking criminals out of the country and things like that, but everybody's getting affected.
President Trump addressing immigration today, but not any plans for deferred action for childhood arrivals, a form of protection for young immigrants.
DACA is a very, very difficult subject for me. In many cases, not in all cases. In some of the cases, they're having DACA and they're gang members and they're drug dealers too. But you have some absolutely incredible kids.
11-year-old Christopher Rosario skipped school in North Carolina to protest with his parents.
I wanted to support my parents because they are immigrants, so I wanted to be along their side while they were here.
Protesters young and old.
I got one message for Donald Trump. We fought your daddy, we fought your granddaddy, and we gonna fight you.
A protest is planned here in New York outside the federal immigration court in response to recent crackdowns. At the same time, the president says his administration is working on another immigration order. Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
It sounds like we've got a little warm up on the way for the weekend.
Yeah, definitely seen some big warm up in store for us by the time we get to the weekend, but a few showers to go through for your Friday before the warm up gets here. But we're a little warmer today than even yesterday, 67 the high. Late this afternoon, a couple degrees above that normal is 63. Overnight lows into the 30s though, so a cold start to your Thursday. So we'll talk more about the rain chances on Friday, but that warmer temperatures by the weekend when we come back. And welcome back, everyone, and a good Thursday evening to you. Temperatures into the mid to upper 60s here late this afternoon, a few degrees above where we should be for this time of year, even a couple degrees warmer than we saw just the same time yesterday. And we do see some warmer weather getting back into our area over the next couple days. I think we'll go for the 70s on your Friday, but could see a few showers around the area as we get to Friday afternoon. And then the big warm up comes this weekend into the mid to upper 70s. Could be close to 80 by early next week. But here's your highs from today. We saw a high of 66 degrees down in Lake Charles, 67 in Baton Rouge, also 67 degrees in Alexandria, 65 in Shreveport, 66 in Monroe, and 66 degrees the high today in Natchitoches. So as we head outside, we'll see temperatures around the area are dropping back into the low 60s right now. We're at 62 with mainly clear skies. South wind at 6 miles per hour. Our pressure holding steady, but very dry air over top of us at dew point, only at 39 degrees at this hour. So as we head to your Friday, partly to mostly sunny skies in our area. Again, temperatures do get a little bit warmer. You may see a few isolated showers move through too. You can see by noontime about a 40% chance of a few scattered showers, keeping that percentage of shower activity in the forecast through 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, our high temperatures should get into the low 70s, if not to the upper 60s, as we get through much of the day on our Friday. So some sun to start the day, but again, turning cloudy by the afternoon with a few showers making their way through the area. We do have some bigger temperatures anyway, a lot warmer temperatures in the forecast. As we head into the weekend, we'll get warmer conditions back here both Saturday and Sunday. And looks like just a beautiful weather in the forecast here this weekend. Could be very warm as we get to Sunday afternoon. That could push highs close to 80, if not into the 80s in some areas of Louisiana by Sunday, and that could last into Monday as well. So your surface map as we get into your Friday, again, it does show a little bit of green on the map. A few showers try to make their way through parts of Texas. It may just get into parts of central Louisiana as we get into the afternoon hours of our Friday, but otherwise just very unseasonably warm temperatures continue across Texas and Oklahoma, and that's the warm weather that's going to push in here over the weekend and bring our temperatures well above average as we head to Saturday and Sunday. Before tonight, 43 degrees, partly cloudy skies, south winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For your Friday, 66. Again, a few showers out there. We'll go partly to mostly cloudy, and again, a shower activity mainly in the afternoon, south-southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Weekend looks very nice, though, into the mid-70s for your Saturday. A high of 74 degrees, close to 80. We'll go for a high temperature of 80 on Sunday, partly to mostly sunny. A few more clouds around early next week with a chance of rain moving back in by about Tuesday of next week. As temperatures stay well above average, though, could keep that rain around on Wednesday, too, as highs get back into the mid to low 70s through the middle part of next week. So really looking like a very nice 7-day forecast. Again, a little shower activity on your Friday, maybe a little more on Tuesday, but right now, weekend looking great here in central Louisiana. Scott?
Coming up, opening day for the NSU baseball team is right around the corner. Plus, the Astros arrived in Florida for the beginning of spring training. We'll hear from manager A.J. Hinch on his expectations for the team.
MLB spring training has officially begun. Houston Astros pitchers and catchers It's a great time of year, folks. MLB spring training has officially begun. The Houston Astros pitchers and catchers have reported to the team's facility in West Palm Beach, Florida. Probably not a bad place to be, just weeks ahead of the start of spring training games. The Astros entered the spring with a very similar roster to last season, with the addition of sluggers Carlos Beltran and Josh Reddick. The Astros missed out on the playoffs last season, but expectations for this year are to get back to the postseason and make a deep run.
We certainly, on paper, in February, have an incredibly balanced team. So can we keep it intact? Can we push it in the right direction? Can we do all the things it's going to take to that we would expect to have to win? Is what the next 6 weeks are about. But more importantly, it's what about the next 7 months are about.
The NSU baseball team will open their season tomorrow at home against Cincinnati. Demons coming off a 33-win season in which they dominated at home. Sophomore Nathan Jones will get the start tomorrow night. First pitch set for 6:30. Meanwhile, the softball team will be in Florida over the weekend for the Aquafina Invitational. Lady Demons will open the tournament against winless Maryland tomorrow morning at 11:15. Then they'll go up against undefeated and top-ranked Florida. NSU 0-42 all-time against ranked opponents. That one gets going at 5. The PGA Tour didn't have to travel too far this week. They went from the sunny skies of Arizona to the sunny skies in California. Bubba Watson will be back to defend his 2016 title and says the Riviera Country Club just suits his style of play.
It's so difficult to chip, to make putts with the valley effect and the footprints and different things on this kind of grass. I think it equals me out, right? The tougher the course, the tougher it is to score. You know, making a lot of pars, I'm pretty good at that, and so I think it gives me a little bit more advantage here.
And Tiger Woods will once again not be playing this weekend. Also this weekend, the NBA All-Star is heading to New Orleans, and so is Carmelo Anthony. The Knicks star was selected as the replacement for Kevin Love, who went down with an injury. 7-time All-Star averaging just over 23 points per game this year. The All-Star festivities get going tomorrow night with the Rising Stars Challenge, followed by the Skills Challenge, three-point shootout, and slam dunk contest on Saturday. Then the All-Star game is on Sunday. Pelicans' Anthony Davis will be starting for the West. And a bit of history made today in Austria as Lowell Bailey became the first American to win a biathlon world championship. The biathlete won the men's 200-kilometer individual competition at the IBU World Championships, edging a Czech Republic competitor by just over 3 seconds. Before today's victory, biathlon was the only Winter Olympic sport where the U.S. had yet to win an Olympic gold or world title. So Scott got the world title championships out of the way. Now he's going to be heading off to the Olympics in 2018 to look to get that first gold for the U.S.
hopefully we can get that one because, been a
one
long
of the
wait
few,
on that one.
One of the few the U.S. hasn't won a gold in,
Very few.
so we'll see if 2018 is the year.
All right, thanks, Nick. A woman is really loving it when it comes to this proposal. Details on that and their upcoming McMarriage. Next on ABC 31 News. Typically, an engagement ring comes in a ring box, but Christian Helton from Illinois did things a little differently. His girlfriend loves McDonald's Chicken McNuggets so much, he proposed to her by putting the ring in a box of McNuggets. Along with the ring, Christian wrote in the box, "Will you McMarry me?" She said yes, and the two plan to get hitched next Valentine's Day.
Hey, as long as you said yes, I
Right,
guess that's
It's
move,
original, but mission
glad it
successful.
panned out.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, have a great night, and thanks for watching ABC 31 News.